Assalamu alaikum, my dear beloved brothers and sisters. Welcome to another episode in our journey and series, Stories of Kings. In today's episode of Stories of Kings, there was a king that had a son, and he wants his son to rule lands after him. And that takes a lot of negotiation with other territories and other kings and treaties and plans and economies and things that go around. So he wanted to send his minister, this confidant that he has, to another king with a letter and gifts. And he wanted his son to learn at a younger age. So he said, my son, you're going to go with him in this journey. So the minister, this confidant of the king, takes the little boy and goes to the stable where they have so many horses and say, pick the strongest and most beautiful horse, my prince, that you like. He says, I like that horse. He says, okay. And so the minister sits on the horse and the little boy sits behind him and they journey. And as they're going and going for hours and hours and hours, they get tired. So they stop in the little village that they find. And in that village, they want to stop to eat something and drink something. And as they walk in, the minister and the young boy notice everybody just laughing and pointing at that minister and at the boy at the horse. And so the little boy says, they're pointing at us, they're laughing at us, they're making fun of, they're poking fun of us. Why are they doing that? The minister says, well, the best way to find out is go and find out for yourself. So the boy went and tried to see what the people are talking about and find out that the people are whispering and saying, look how rude that man and that boy are. They don't know who they are. They say, look how rude that man and boy are. Both of them sitting in the horse. They're going to break the back of this poor horse. How heavy they are. So the boy came back and said, minister, they're saying that we're rude and bad to the horse. He said, so what should we do? He said, well, you walk the horse and I will sit at the horse. So you pull the horse as we go to the next city and I will sit on the horse. He said, for sure, my prince, as you wish. And so in the next leg of the journey, the minister is pulling the horse and the prince is sitting back very comfortable for hours and hours and hours until they get to the next city. They get to the next city and guess what? The little child looks there and finds everybody's just laughing and pointing at them and whispering and pointing at them. And he says, minister, they're pointing at us. They're making fun of us. Why are they poking fun at us? What are they pointing at us? He says, well, the best way to find out is to go ask them or listen to what they're saying. So he walked in there and so that the people are laughing and saying, how rude is that little boy? He lets his father, they think it's the father. He lets the father, the old man, pull the horse while he's just sitting at the back of the horse. How rude is that boy? So the minister looks at him and says, my son, so how do you want to solve it? He says, minister, I think I will pull the horse. I'll be the good boy. I'll pull the horse and you, since they think you're an old man, you sit at the back of the horse and they think you're my father, you sit at the horse and I'll pull the horse. He said, sure, my prince. And so for the next leg of the journey, the little boy is pulling the horse while the minister is sitting comfortably at the back of it. For hours and hours and hours, and they get tired and now they need to stop and rest a little bit in their journey. So what happens? They stop to go grab something to eat. And what does the minister notice, or the prince, the little boy notice? He noticed that everybody in the city is pointing at them and pointing fingers and whatever. Oh my God, why could they possibly be pointing and making fun of us? And the minister says to him, I don't know, but you can go find out for yourself. So he goes in to find out and research it. And he comes back and the minister says, why were they poking fun of us? He says, well, my minister, they were saying, how rude is that old man? The old man who is strong, instead of pulling the horse, is sitting comfortably at the horse, letting the little poor boy pull the horse. So he says, my prince, what do you suggest then? How should we fix it? He said, well, we tried everything else. So I think I have the best solution. He said, what is the best solution? He said, I got it. Me and you are going to pull the horse. And now nobody can say anything. Nobody can comment on anything. He says, sure, whatever you say, you're my prince. And now the boy and the old man are pulling the horse. And the boy is like, we did everything people want. There's no way they can say anything else. And they're pulling the horse for hours and hours and hours. Finally get to the next city. And guess what the people are doing? They're pointing at them, poking fun, laughing, and whispering hysterically. The little boy says, oh my God, my minister, look at this. They're still pointing at us and making fun. Do you know what they're making fun of? He says, I have no idea, but the best way to find out is to go and listen or ask them. So the little boy goes to listen to them, and guess what the people are saying? They said, how dumb, of course, they think it's a boy and his father. So they say, how dumb is that boy and his father? They have a very powerful horse, and instead of riding the horse, they're pulling the horse. How stupid are they? What's the moral of the story? The moral of the story, my brothers and sisters, is there is no way to make everybody happy. To be a people's pleaser means you will never succeed in doing anything. People are always going to have something to say, and they're always going to criticize it. It breaks my heart when our younger children, I can see them on Instagram and Facebook talking about, this person is a hypocrite, this person stabbed me in the back, this person is a hater. I'm so sorry you feel that way. But it's part of human nature that we need to evolve over and be stronger and tougher and just accept it for what it is. If I was to stand and pray right now, people are going to talk. If I don't pray, people are going to talk. If I read the Quran, people are going to talk. If I don't read the Quran, people are going to talk. If I make $1 million, I have a brand new car and a beautiful house, people are going to talk. And if I don't have a beautiful house, a beautiful car, and I live in a broke down home and I have a broke down car, people are going to talk. So the minister told the little prince, my son, my dear prince, I want you to know that people will always talk. And guess what that did to us? He said, yes, my minister, please tell me. He said, my prince, if we rode the horse from the beginning, we would have got to that town by the end of the day in 1 day. But because we listened to the people, it took us 4 days to get there. My brothers and sisters, a lot of us could do amazing things. We have great ideas. We can suggest great ideas in our business or to our bosses or co-workers. We can come up with new things and think out of the box, but we're afraid of what people might criticize and say about us. And so we block ourselves. The moral of the story, I mean, over the years, I've had a lot of sisters that come up to me and say, I want to wear the hijab, so pray that Allah guides me to wear the hijab. No, 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 no. If you want to wear the hijab, Allah has already guided you to wear the hijab. You're just afraid of what people will say. So my sister, I love you. Take it from me. People are going to talk. Wear your hijab. Some people, pray that Allah guides me to stop smoking hookah and smoking cigarettes. Allah has already, if you think that it's unhealthy and bad for you, Allah has already guided you. But you're afraid to go there and your friends say, you're not hanging out with us today and you're not going to do this with us and whatever. People are going to talk regardless. The earlier we swallow that pill, that hard pill, that people are going to talk regardless, and we have fun with it, guess what? Guess what? You can achieve so many beautiful things. You achieve a lot more when you know what's best for you. You achieve a lot more, which is the most important thing, when you know what Allah wants from you. Now, regardless of what people think, I love people, I care about people, and if they criticize, I might take some time to kind of explain things to them. But what people think, as long as what I think is right, and I did my research, and I know it's the right thing to do, and this is what Allah wants from me, it doesn't matter what their opinion is. It doesn't matter that you agree with me. It doesn't matter that I have to sit there and convince you, no, 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 you have to listen to me. You have to believe me. No. Part of being human is knowing that different people have different opinions and knowing that people are going to talk whether we like it or not. It reminds me of 2 Muslim brothers that went and they were flying through an airport and it was time for Salah. So one of them said to the other, let's stand here and pray. And it was an international airport. The other one said, no, 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 no. What are people going to say about us? What if they say that? Again, we're not talking about standing in the middle of the airport and screaming and doing that. Allahu Akbar. No, he's saying, let's just go to the corner and just stand and pray. He said, but people are going to look at us. And what are they going to say about us? And what are they going to do about us? What are they say about us? So the other one who did not care about the people went to the side behind the counter where the travel agents are. He says, do you mind? As a Muslim, it's time for my prayer, and I just want to make a prayer that's going to take 2-3 minutes. Do you mind if I quietly just pray behind you here in your desk? And the travel agent said, absolutely, pray for me too. And so the man said, Allahu Akbar, and he started to pray. And after the prayer, guess what? The travel agent was a Muslim and said, my brother, Guess what? I just upgraded you to first class. So please, I'm begging you, people are going to talk. Don't let it hurt you. Don't let it take away from you. Nobody is more beautiful and powerful and kind and generous than the Prophet ﷺ. And there were those that loved him and praised him. And there was those that insulted him and had negative things and lies and fabrications to say about him. So the key to your success is to know that people have opinions, listen to them, and maybe you can kind of convince them one way or the other. Maybe there's something we're doing wrong and we can listen to them and benefit from what they're telling us, because maybe we are doing something wrong and we need to change it. But at the end of the day, if I'm convinced this is what Allah wants from me and this is what's best for me, I'm going to do it. Thank you so much for joining us in today's episode.